time that I'm gonna share. So yeah, after getting 10th and at the games, um, I proposed to my ex girlfriend. Now she's my wife. No, it's my
Oh,
wife.
you scared me for a second. Okay.
Former girlfriend.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was happy. Blah 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 blah. But then I went to I went to Peru. Did some mission trip over there for Mayhem missions. After that, I went to Brazil, and that's where everything started. So after that games, I had a horrible Thursday and Friday. Yes, actually, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were my worst days. And I was very mad. I was upset. I was ashamed. I was, how can I say? I was just mad at everything, including not including God, but I was asking Him to not leave me alone. And I was praying and like trying to be. I wasn't being grateful, but I was trying to get His help. After the games, I went to Brazil, and I was in a limbo because I was applying for a visa because I only could get to the United States with the visa. So I went to Brazil, get my interview for the visa, and I was waiting for 1 month for the response. During that 1 month, I was thinking if I was competing at Rogue or not. And by the time I wasn't training that much, I was training, but at the same time I was trying to kind of enjoy my off season, like trying to get some rest because leading to the games, I was just like done, smashed. I just wanted to like finish with the games. I was like this. I just wanted to get to Monday at the games. So I was very tired and during the whole season dragging myself. So in September, I was seeing if I was about to compete at Rogue or not, my visa, blah, blah. So in the end of September, I think, I went to my home city. And when I got there, I got the response for the visa that I should come back to the city that I did the interview to do another interview. So I was already in that city, so I was there for like probably 2 weeks, and I had to go back to the south of Brazil to do that interview.
How far is that?
By plane, probably like 3 hours ish.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, from
By
Rio to
plane. By plane.
yeah,
Wow.
from Rio to the south. Um, so yeah, still waiting for the visa. Not training, not training. Did the second interview, and that's already October. And I didn't know how much time I had between the interview and to get the actual visa, because I did the interview and went to the northeast of Brazil to visit my parents. So I was there for more 2 weeks in that limbo, should I compete or not, and also suffering with the shame of the competition to get 10th and to didn't doing good at the games and all that kind of stuff.
So Guy,
Turns
Guy,
out,
really quick, Guy. So you're saying that that Wednesday and Thursday and Friday after the games, when you were feeling down and you were asking God to stay with you, I didn't realize you were feeling bad because of your performance.
yeah,
You were hating on yourself.
yes, yes, 100%. And I was just like, bro, I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to push, and people always talking about that event of the running and jerk, because people are like, he's not running. And bro, I was selling my soul in that running, and my body was just not responding. So everyone talking about the games and everything. For people, get the top 10 was good, but for me, for the amount of training that I put in, that wasn't good for me. So I was pretty, very, very, very upset and very, very mad and very, very ashamed for that top 10.
Okay.
Turns
We'll
out,
come back. We'll come back to that. Sorry.
yeah,
You were
turns
back
out,
at the visa.
turns out my visa took longer than expected. I had to decline Rogue. And then
What
I,
happened in the second interview? What happened in the second interview? Why did
the
they not
guy,
like you?
no, the guy just asked me, oh, we just wanted to confirm that you're not working there and this kind of stuff. Like, what do you do at Mayhem? What do you do in the United States? Do you coach there? Do you do anything else? Where your money come from? This kind of stuff. And I was like, bro, I just train and I get my money from my sponsors. And he was like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. So I get my visa approved. It took longer than expected to get to me, so I had to decline Rogue, unfortunately. So that's November. In November, I don't know what I was.
How do you think you would have done in Rogue? Guy? Do you think you would have done well that year?
Probably not. I
Okay.
wasn't in the mind space of like doing anything, so I wasn't even training good. So probably not. So I wasn't still in that limbo, like training, not training, kind of burnout. I had a burnout probably. It was 100% burnout. I was just burnout. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do anything. Just eating chocolate and drinking soda from November on.
What
So
kind of soda?
December,
What kind of soda?
bro, Guaraná is a soda that we have in Brazil that's so good.
Is it
It's better than
carbonated?
Coke. It's better than Coke.
Is it carbonated?
Yes.
Does it have caffeine?
No.
Oh.
Pass. uh, So yeah, so we got to November. We had train with Gui down in the south. Was nice. After that, I got COVID for 1 week, and then after that week, I had some. I don't know if you guys know, but like I'll try to see here. It's like a huge pimple. You know what it is?
A pimple? Yeah, a pimple. I know what a pimple is. I had one of those when I was a kid. I had a
But
bunch
like
of them.
huge.
Where was it? On your back, butt,
It
face?
was on my armpits,
Oh,
and one here, and one in each knee. It was
was it
bad.
an assist? Was it assist?
Yeah, like this,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had those.
like huge.
Yeah.
So I wasn't training for 3 weeks because it was hurting so much to do anything. So that's 4 weeks without training since November.
What
un-
were those? Were those ingrown hairs? What were they? Couldn't you just take a pin and pop it? Just be like bite a rag and just be like, "Ugh."
So my wife, she's a physician,
Yeah,
so she was working on it, like trying to like squeeze and take
yeah,
um,
yeah,
the the fluid out,
yeah.
the
Fluid.
mucus,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
whatever. And it was very painful. She was working on it
yeah,
because I didn't want to take antibiotic.
yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, so I was kind of like reluctant to to take it because I didn't want to like mess me up. But then I was like, bro, just give me because it was hurting so much. I took it, got better. Come here to the United States in December. I start training with Rich and Luke and Tyler, maybe. Rich and Tyler. Working good, blah, blah, blah. Holidays, Christmas, we went to Missouri. In Missouri, I hit a barbell with 315 pounds on my head. So I was like jerking, and my hands just like it slipped from the bar, and the bar hit my head. It opened like a little strip, little hole, but that was fine. And then my throat got inflamed on the way back. I had some throat inflammation for probably like 5 days.
Gee,
So
let me
that,
ask you a quick question before we get too far ahead. When you trained with Rich and Tyler in December, how did you feel? Were you like,
bro,
fuck,
I
I'm out
was
of shape? Or were you like, fuck, these guys suck, I'm fucking shit up?
I was feeling like trash.
You were.
The first day
Old
that
man Rich was beating you up? Old man Rich was beating you up?
oh yeah, always,
Oh
always.
man. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good.
The first workout that we did was a row interval
Yeah.
and jump ropes. My leg just started cramping, and it was like holy shit, and I had to like to stop the workout, but it was good. So after that
And then
throw,
why did you go to Missouri? What's in Missouri? Brazilians
oh
shouldn't go to Missouri.
Bailey,
There's nothing in Missouri for you.
that's true. But like Bailey and her parents, they live there. No,
Okay.
Bailey's parents live there, and Bailey and Tyler were going there to spend Christmas. So we went. Me and my wife,
Okay.
we went there
Okay.
to
All right.
spend
Fair enough.
Christmas.
How
Uh,
bad was that cut on the top of your head? Those bleed pretty bad. Was it pretty
no,
crazy?
it
Did you
was
get
good.
stitches?
It just bleed a little bit. No stitches,
Okay.
just some ice on it, and my neck was hurting for 3 days, but that was fine.
Okay.
It was very traumatic, but
And then you're saying you and on the way home, something on the way back to Cookeville, your throat closed up.
oh yeah. So we had to drive 8 hours, 9 hours from Missouri to Cookville, and my in the whole trip, my throat was just like this, and I was having like headaches and almost fever, and I was just trying to survive fast on the road, like to get home fast, uh, and just get some sleep. So it was traumatic. So I'm not very never driving again to Missouri. Yeah, in their wedding, I we flew to Missouri.
Okay.
We lost our flight. We had to sleep in Dallas, but we got there by plane. That's fine. So we got to January 2023. I accepted the invite for Waterpalooza. Went there, trying to get my happiness again, trying to be happy again, and trying to not worry about people again, and just do my job and trying to have that 17-year-old Guy back.
What do you
Um,
mean? What do you mean not worry about other people again? That's what was stressing you out? You felt like you were letting other people down, or
not
critics were
down,
getting
but
to
like
you, or
so we're gonna get to that point,
okay.
but
Okay.
at the games, we athletes we say that I let's say I'm gonna talk about me. I say I don't care about comments, and most people say that they don't care about comments. But either way, we see comments and we know that the comments are there, and somehow those comments get in my mind, got in my mind. So I was
Like this one from this lady, Gui, we love you. Like this one.
thanks.
Don't
Yeah.
let that one get in your mind, Gui.
So yeah. So I was not caring about, but like it was mostly not caring about what people were saying about me and my results and what they were expecting from me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Guy's gonna win this event. Maybe not. Or Guy's gonna suck at this event. Maybe not. So I was getting in that space. Um so yeah, I went to Autopalooza. It's still freaking bad. All that bad thoughts in my mind, all that voices, and I was kind of like trusting the voices and trusting that thoughts. Went to Waterpalooza, got 11, but it was the competition that I was happy
You
because
that was the on the first day you collapsed, right? In that like in the athlete corridor, I think I remember you went down, you actually went down maybe, and you had medics around you.
no, it
No?
was the first event. So yeah, let's get to that point. So
Okay.
so that event, I was kind of like, okay, let's do it, but it was very hot, and I think that I had a pre-workout that like I don't take very often, and I took it, so I wasn't used to it, and it kind of like blew me up, and I was just blew out. So the first event was pretty bad. It was very hot, and so I just did very bad. So that was fine. Went to the next event, blah 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 blah. What else? Yes. So I finished the competition in 11th, but kind of happy because I was just enjoying the competition and not worrying about results or anything, because I was actually worried about me and like my soul and everything, how I was feeling, and my relationship with CrossFit. So I was happy because I was with my wife, she was with me, and we were like there competing. Everyone was there, a lot of Brazilians. So we are having fun. So I had fun in that event, but after that, I just got into a bad place again, bad thoughts and everything. We adopted a dog. We got a dog from the shelter to because
In Brazil or in
here
Cookville?
here in
Oh,
Cookville.
okay. Okay.
Because I grew up with dogs around me my whole life. When I was born, my mom had 12 at the time. And when I left Brazil, I had 3 dogs. So dogs are a big part of my life. So we had to get a dog because Lou was here, my wife was here, so we could have like someone to take care of him when I was at the gym. So we got a
Is
dog
your wife is your wife a physician here or in Brazil?
in Brazil.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we got a dog, so we were happy. And then she left to Brazil, so I was here alone with the dog. She had to do some stuff for her company. I was here with the dog, and everything every time I would go to the gym, work out, come back crying, or come back yelling, or come back very sad, or I was crying probably almost every day, sad every day, mad every day, and ashamed probably every day. I just didn't want to work out.
That was all lingering still from the games. That was some sort of residue that
Yes,
something
it was
hadn't
the whole
cleared?
thing. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Crazy, dude, crazy.
Yes, crazy. No,
Wow. That's
nobody knows that.
intense.
Yeah,
That's
nobody
intense.
knows that. So yeah, I got back here. She was in Brazil, and I was just in that s- mind space. Mind space, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
in that mind space of like sadness, tiredness, madness, and everything bad. When she was so one Sunday, we go to the church, and
In
pastor,
Cookville? In
yeah,
Cookville?
yeah, and pastor is talking about who do you think you are, and sometimes we think ourselves highly, and sometimes we think ourselves inferior, superior and inferior, and God wants us to be in the middle, like not being highly, not being like inferior. And the thing that he said that was that hit me was that he was saying that the word, okay, that's, yeah, the superior, when we feel superior, we feel superior even including God. So when we feel superior about people over people, we also feel superior about God over God.
Yeah.
So when we feel superior over God, God is like, go ahead, do your thing. And we always mess up, right or not? Right. Um, so it reminded me in 2021 when I went to the games with no expectations, just asking God for a highlight spot. That was my prayer before going to the games in 2021. A highlight spot, and that He would be glorified with me in there, competing in there. So I got there. My face was on the Coliseum. I got I won 3 events. One of them, the snatch event, that it was all over Instagram, and that was awesome. I put him first. 2022, I came to Mayhem, and I was like, bro, I'm working hard. I am training. I moved to United States. I am training at Mayhem. Like, I'm working out, I training more than I used to train. So in 2022, my mindset was like, I did this, like I did everything. So got to the games, God was there because, so that's another point. So God was there. He was with me, of course. And I was like, why God didn't help me to get good results at the games? And then the response or like the reply came like, bro, God gave you everything. He gave you a house, a car, a gym, mayhem,
What
friends,
beautiful wife.
beautiful wife. Bro, he gave you, it was girlfriend at the time. But like, yeah, he gave me that too. But he gave me everything. So it was my part that I have to do, that I had to do. And I did it. But I didn't put him at first place. So I didn't deliver to him my results and everything. I was doing it, I was praying, but it wasn't the first place. I was like, hey, help me a little bit. Help me a little bit. So when the pastor said that, I was like, bro, in 2022, I put me first and I put my efforts first in God. So that thing led me to all that crap that I was experiencing. And I knew at the time that I was passing through it that I knew that would be that would be passed, that would pass, and I would be able to help people and heal people that are going through the same thing that I did. So I was like, bro, this is sucking right now. This is very bad. But I know when this is gonna be like in the past, I'm gonna be able to help people to overcome this. So that was one service on Sunday, and then I realized that I was like, okay, God, forgive me. I was very human, but that's it. Like, I forgive me. So that was one thing. The next service on Friday, I called my parents, and my parents start talking to me a lot of things, like encouraging me and
This is
everything.
in January of 2023, just to
This
make
is
sure.
already in February.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Has the open started at this point?
Probably it was about to start or was in the middle.
Okay. Okay.
Probably in the middle because I did very bad at the open. That's why.
Dan Guerrero, a God was at the games. Duh. Dumb question. I'm sorry. Sometimes I pull up dumb questions. Wad Zombie, Guy, you've been going. Oh, we have to answer this later. Okay, we'll take a quick break. Guy, can you answer this real quick? Wad Zombie. By the way, Guy, you need a card.
What's that? Oh, I don't have it.
Yeah, you need a card. You got to talk to this Wad Zombie guy to make you cards. He got a Ariel Lowen. He got a James Sprague. He got a
Nice.
he got a Colton Mertens. He would love to do a Guy.
I need
Guy,
one.
you've been going live a lot lately, talking to the camera. I do not speak Portuguese. What is happening in those live streams?
I'm talking to people. I'm doing the devotional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about Jesus talk, God
Jesus.
talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, yeah, they love it, and I love to do it too because it makes me alive.
Judy. Oh, that's interesting. Judy Reed. God is everywhere. Dan. Okay. Judy answered your question to Dan. Okay. There's you went to the one service and you got the superior inferior thing,
Yeah.
and that kind of made you realize, oh shit, I'm not putting. I tried to do the games by myself,
Yeah.
and I needed to be doing it for God. And then you went to a second.
Yes. So
Do you like this pastor, this
oh yeah,
preacher?
he's
Yeah, he's
awesome,
cool.
Bob
Okay.
Davis.
Okay.
On Friday, I was talking to my parents, and my dad came up with like, hey, do a fasting of like 24 hours. If you don't know what fasting is, like we fast, uh, trying to kill our flesh and to kind of like strength, strengthen. I don't know, to make our spirit stronger, and that's why we talk, and that's where we talk closely to God and like God answers. This is another talk. But yeah, I did the fasting of 24 hours, no food, just water for 24 hours. On the Sunday, the second service, he was talking about inferior complexes. And then the thing that hit me was the world tells who you're not. So social media, we are like scrolling, seeing everyone lives, and oh, this person life is perfect, or this kind of stuff. So the world tells us what we are not, and the word, that is the Bible, tells who we are.
Mm, mm,
So it's like, bro,
mm.
that's a key, because I was trusting everyone else, uh, but the Bible, but Jesus, because I was like, oh, every time that I was working out, oh, bro, you suck. Oh, I was just dying to work out, bro, you suck, you suck. That voice in my mind, I was trusting that, and it was making me worse. And oh, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not a good athlete. Blah 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 blah. So I was trusting those thoughts and those voices. But this is a bad voice, and this is a lie. So God tells us who we are. Like, we are more than winners. We are God sons. Yeah, God sons and daughters. Um, we are good. Like, we are prosper. We are everything. So that was another key that was like, dang, I was trusting the wrong voices. So that I realized that it was all lies, and all those thoughts and all that post games thoughts, and I was believing in those comments and people talking about all lies, and people doesn't know what everyone else is going through. Like, I don't know what you're going through, you don't know what I'm going through, and people talk about other people's lives and they don't care. Of
If
course.
you need to know, if you need to know something about yourself, you'll go to the Bible, not to Instagram.
Yes, sir.
That's, by the way, that's also why it's important. It's a really beautiful, powerful book. But what's crazy is when you use it to judge others, it's vile.
Yeah.
It's a weapon if you use it to judge others. But man, what a great tool to use to hold yourself up to, right? To try
Oh
to
yeah.
live to those examples.
So when that happened, that service happened, my wife came back, and we are in the project to read the Bible in 1 year. And at the time, we
Who
are
who assigned you that? The pastor at the church?
no, it's an app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bible offline.
Okay.
So at the time, we were reading Ecclesiastics, that Solomon's saying about, telling about, bro, life is all vanity. Sorry, life is all vanity, is all empty. We run, we pursue the wind, and everything here is vanity, money, fame, material stuff. Everything here is just empty. And I got